everybody. Welcome to the Geekiverse show. We're talking Star Wars, the Force Awakens Spoilercast today. If you have not seen the movie, do not watch this. We're talking all about the film and all its juicy details. You have 3 seconds to go. All right. That being said,
go watch the other two episodes.
One word. I want your feeling, your immediate reaction.
To the film itself?
No.
All right, sorry.
Don't finish.
I'm laughing.
I'm gonna let you finish, but
That's perfect.
And
That's as close as I want Kanye to this thing, by the way.
Kanye 2016.
damn it, guys.
okay.
Lost my train of thought. I'm frazzled now. So,
One word.
one word. Your reaction to Rey seeing Luke at the end of the movie. If you can sum it up in one word. Mine, if it describes it, goosebumps. I was beside myself.
That's more than one word.
That's one word.
Goosebumps is one word.
It's a compound word.
Slapping.
Can't reach.
No.
I can.
Okay. Andrew.
Anticipation. I was full of it, and still am because there was no resolution.
Jeff.
Monumental. This is one of the most important moments in the history of the galaxy, in my opinion.
Jamie.
Can't beat that.
Luke turns. You know he's there. You see him before they show his face, and they show the pan around with Rey being right there, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's Luke Skywalker! He's a Jedi Master. We know he's gonna show up.
I don't know what kind of emotion it was, but intriguing.
Okay, intrigue. Adam.
Nerve-wracking. Like she holds out that lightsaber. I'm like, how like he's got that like stoic look on his face.
He
like, what is he gonna do?
nailed that look.
Yeah.
Sam.
Finally.
Finally.
Love it.
Pete.
Maharaji.
Okay.
Because, you know, like the guy that sits on top of the mountain?
Yeah.
Like this, and she climbed and climbed and climbed.
And that's the
climbed.
first Jedi
And I
temple,
kinda-
right? We're assuming.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm waiting to see what that thing really looks like. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't see much of anything. You saw a grassy...
You see her.
She's
Like she explores that little bit. Like she looks in that like broken building like doorway a little
I
bit.
took that as, I want to be your apprentice.
Oh, me too.
Yeah,
No, I
lightsaber
absolutely got that.
And-
But that's what, you know what I mean? Like, I felt like he should have been sitting cross-legged up there when she got up
The
there.
I was
way-
contemplating the sea.
Yeah.
No, see,
So, you
I
know.
love that he looks haggard, exhausted, and tired.
The way he looks at
to
her.
take the lightsaber. Well,
I was hoping to see his lightsaber, like at his hip. I don't think you can quite see it, but the look on his face just looks like it is so many emotions wrapped up into one. It's, I screwed up. I screwed this thing up bad. I'm sorry. How am I related to you?
But what was he sorry for? Was he sorry for...
Kylo.
Was he sorry for Kylo, or was he sorry that he wasn't in the film more because he was busy filming episodes of The Flash? That's what I want.
Well, that's probably true.
I really like she puts out the lightsaber and she didn't have that look of like I want to learn from you. Like I didn't get that look from it. I definitely got
with Josiah.
She looked like she was scared.
Yeah, like I got the look.
I don't
like,
think that either.
I don't know how.
I don't think so.
I don't know how you're gonna take this, but this is yours. Like it almost looked like the first thing I thought is she's
This
kinda
was your
like,
lightsaber? You are a myth I've heard about my entire life.
And now it's
You're
mine.
real?
Show me how to use it.
Show me how to use this thing.
Yeah, I
didn't see that.
definitely wanted him to
What
just
did you
go over
see?
and be like, "That's mine."
I thought it was a mantle of responsibility. She's giving him,
We need you back.
you take this.
Yes.
Like, this is you.
Right.
We need
that's a
you.
good
Yes.
And
That's
you
what
could
I
take
thought.
I
that
think
as
it's
like,
wrapped up into
Right.
it.
yeah, you
Right.
could take that as an I need you. You need to show me the way. But at the
Vacation's over, get back to work.
right, this is like we need you. Take this up. Come back to us.
That's why I
Find a
wanted
razor.
I wanted him to take it. Like I seriously, like that's the same thing. Like I absolutely had the. Why are you here? Like, come on. There's a war going on, and we need you. And I take it from me. And she just.
I definitely think, like, why I think she was scared is she was running away from her, like, force powers for, like ever. Like, this is, like, the first time that she actually felt it when she was touching the lightsaber. and like she was running like, and everyone's been after this guy, and she finally sees him and finally sees what he looks like, and he's a real person. I think like she was like, there was 1,000 emotions like running through her. Like she was like
Yeah.
you know, like holding it out.
Like
and,
you're real.
Yeah, but I didn't
Yeah.
see that though. I really, in her face, I saw resolve.
I saw confidence.
Right.
Like, let's
I
do
did.
this. I'm gonna be your
Exactly.
Padawan.
That's what I saw.
And she also.
He was the one I didn't see the confidence.
Yeah.
from.
No, I saw him like.
And it
Am
might-
I gonna jump into this
Right.
again?
He's
and it might
reluctant.
be it might be because he lost the last time around.
What if
That
it
might
turns
be
And
what
out
it
he's
is.
seen it in his family, and I
Yeah.
think if she is his daughter, he's like, I don't want you to do this. I don't want you to do this. You know, it happened to my dad. It happened to my nephew. I thought, like on the Millennium Falcon, when they mention, oh, he worked with Luke Skywalker. She goes, Luke Skywalker? Like, they're all finding out these heroes
Yeah.
that are real. And it's the same
Yeah.
reaction we had in the audience, right? It's like, oh my gosh, it's Luke Skywalker. Han Solo, it's
What do you
Chewbacca.
expect a Jedi Master to look like? And he turns around, and his robes are faded. He's sort of overweight. He's got this huge growth of beard.
His hair was a mess.
Yeah, it's like
That's-
that's probably not what you expect a hero
No.
of the rebellion to look like. So that was, and you were talking about seeing it in her face. In her face, I saw pleading, and in his face, I saw kind of like what Josiah was saying, like.
I think you saw
What am I
pleading,
going to
just
do?
a different kind of pleading. Like, don't
I
bring
agree
me into
with
this
that.
again.
I agree with it. The pleading.
Yeah, I think so too. So that was possibly my, last shot of the film, but possibly my favorite.
We talk about, before tracing and symmetry. I'm so glad that Force Awakens followed the tradition of a Star Wars movie ending with a prolonged sequence of no dialogue. Because really, that scene alone, just what happened, the way they looked at each other, spoke volumes.
Also,
You didn't need dialogue to get the message across in there.
Right.
for what it's worth, there was no celebration at the end. There
Nope.
was no leaving off. It was closer to Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, it's a little solemn almost.
Yeah.
Pick up the pieces and let's gear up for the next one.
I mean, it was visually spectacular.
Yeah.
The location scouting was aces.
And I don't feel shortchanged at all.
No.
In him. No dialogue. He's top billing. He's Mark Hamill,
Right.
and I still loved it. I still felt
Top billing. He was in the movie for like 48 seconds.
Yeah.
like. So when you're
Lines,
the,
no
when you're the
lines.
That
last
probably,
Jedi
was,
in the
that
galaxy, you
probably
can do
wasn't
that.
even him standing there looking out to the thing. He goes, stunt double.
I'm busy working on episode 8 here.
Yeah, right.
So, Luke at the end was monumental. Who said that?
That was me.
You. Jumping ship hair. I like the little callback to the prequels when they mentioned the clones. Did you guys pick up on that?
Yeah.
That was kind of cool. I really didn't think they were going to call back at all, but they mentioned why. I love that. They're like, one of your stormtroopers is rogue, basically. And that goes back to Kylo Ren and General Hux's relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one's like, well, maybe we should go back to clones. Like, that was awesome.
Did you
like,
catch
this isn't working. Let's go back to the prequel era.
Did
Like,
you catch like what the stormtroopers they kind of glaze over like what a stormtrooper is now? I always had this idea like
No, they're plucked from birth, they said.
yeah, but I always had this idea like eventually the clones are not going to be sustainable, so you just go over, which is kind of weird to say, but you just go over and it becomes like the army is now. Like you just go to a
Yeah,
recruiting
there's
center.
an Imperial Academy that they talk about.
But that's for officers. Like that's not for you don't become a stormtrooper for going to an Imperial Academy. You're going there to become. It's like ROTC here.
That's true.
It's like and to hear that it's kind of like no, we want your kid and we're gonna take him and we're gonna brainwash him and he's gonna be our fighter and we're not even gonna give him a name.
It's
So
just
see you later.
STOTC. Stormtrooper Officer.
All right,
These
well,
are,
that was
these
that
are
was-
in depth here. So,
That was the thing.
Simon Pegg. Do you guys know who Simon Pegg is in the movie?
Oh, in the movie? No. Thought you were asking in general for a second.
Yeah,
Do you, Sam? Do you know who Simon Pegg is?
Yeah,
Like
I know.
in-
Oh no, in the movie? No, I didn't know he was in it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
He's buddies with J.J. Abrams.
there was a couple of big cameo.
Oh, yeah.
Hold that
people
thought,
in
hold
there,
that thought.
So
Oh.
We know where this is going.
he was the big guy that kind of leaned over a little bit on.
That's helpful.
On Jakku, right?
So he is Unkar.
Oh, the guy that was giving the
The
rations
guy that gives
out?
the rations. That's Simon
No
Pegg.
kidding.
Oh, really?
Wow.
It.
That's not who I thought it was.
Who are you thinking of?
There was a
The way
guy.
you described it.
You're thinking much
I
more
thought,
with the girl.
I thought it was really cameo. Like
No,
he
he-
was just
he's
there.
got
He
a-
was one
a
of those
speaking
characters
role.
around the
Yeah.
junkyard. Is who I thought.
Oh,
I
okay.
only asked Sam because we mentioned Simon Pegg in our Star Trek talk. Forgive us. And I thought if anyone would know, it might be Sam. But that's fair because I didn't know
I
him.
know. kidding.
know.
Yeah. So you guys all know about the infamous stormtrooper then now.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Master of Disguise.
007
Yep.
should have been the name on the back of the stormtrooper.
Oh my god.
How cool would that have been?
That would've been
JB 007.
Yes.
That would have been pretty
Or
funny.
DC, whatever it is. Daniel Craig is the stormtrooper that Rey
Gets his
figures
mind.
out her force powers
Yeah.
on.
The way he
Not a
walks
bad mind
away.
to break, huh?
Right.
James Bond.
Yeah.
The way he walks
And the
away.
drama
That is so
Dropping my
Daniel
gun.
Craig. Like that is his personality coming out in that. He goes, and my God, like that.
Yeah.
Didn't it sound? It sounded like when me and Dad talked about this earlier, but like in the originals, there's that spot where he goes over and the whole like these aren't the droids you're looking for. They just repeat it with a lot of confidence, like nope, these aren't the droids we're looking for. Move along. Like they just kind of accept it. He almost was just like, all right, well, yeah, all right, I'll do the bracelets, and then she's walking away. It's like drop your gun too. He's like, fine. Drop my gun. Like it almost sounded
I
like
guess.
not.
Reluctance.
It didn't. Yeah, it didn't have that confidence.
How about it
that
not
the-
working at first? Like that's
Yeah,
like
That's kind of funny.
That was the best part.
Where
Yeah.
he just kind of like.
That was the
I'll
best.
What
tighten
did you
up.
say?
Yeah.
I think the universe would have exploded if she was perfect at being a Jedi.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
the minute she tried.
it's already a
So-
controversial
Right,
issue.
right.
You know?
And she failed at lots of things
Yeah.
when she tried them. So
So Kathleen Kennedy, Lucas's right-hand person, was a
I don't know where you got that.
got what?
That she's Lucas's right-hand person. She wasn't.
She was for the later part of Lucasfilm. Not
After Disney bought it.
before.
Are you?
Look-
Are you? I'm challenging your.
You called me a
encyclopedia.
dork, dude.
Right. That's
Come on,
true.
I'm a Lucas dork.
I'm challenging your.
So she became the official head of Lucas probably a half a year before.
They were
Disney bought it.
together because she was taking over.
Correct.
Right.
Before
They
that,
were-
she was definitely.
No,
like,
she
I'm-
wasn't. She came from someplace else.
Are you watching the tennis ball fly
I-
between the two?
Are you watching my head go back and
I
forth?
looked this up. I looked this up for one of the pieces I wrote.
Okay.
And she came from someplace completely different.
I'm saying last few years of Lucasfilm,
I think
like
it's-
before Disney.
I think it's less than that.
Okay.
And Pete hits a volley.
Okay.
And there it comes back.
Find this out for later.
We're gonna have to find this.
And here's the serve, and it goes back.
Okay, continue. What's the relevance?
She said that every main actor from this film reprises their role in Episode 8.
Hey-o.
She
Good news,
mentioned
BB-8 is
Terry
coming
Fisher,
back.
Mark Hamill, and Harrison Ford. Is that a
Wait.
jab, or does this go into your theory, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm not convinced that we're done with Han Solo.
Flashback or Force sensitive?
Either of the two. I don't see Han Solo.
I don't think he's Force sensitive at all.
I don't-
Could he not be
I don't.
dead?
For one, I don't see Han
No, he's
Solo.
dead.
I don't see.
No.
Starkiller Base is
See,
gone.
I saw.
All right, yeah.
For one, I don't see
All right.
Han going out in such an undignified way. And for two, there was something about that conversation with him, Rey, and Finn on the Millennium Falcon where he says it's true, all of it, that makes me feel like he's a man who is more convinced of the Force.
I think that's because he
Oh, yeah.
witnessed it firsthand, losing
Yeah.
his son.
I think it's a little bit more of that. I think he's experienced it himself personally a little bit.
Okay.
I read
I don't
a
think so.
review-
We'll see what happens.
I'm
I'm
on
with
your
you.
side with this.
Yeah, I'm with you. I
I
don't
read-
think
See
so.
what happens.
I read a review that said something about maybe Han isn't dead. I mean, we've seen people fall through voids before, but he was stabbed with a lightsaber for like an extended period of time.
Then he fell.
And then he
Anakin,
fell.
and then Starkiller
Anakin
had
blew up.
3.
That's true. That's very true.
Right? Yeah.
Well,
Boom.
by that logic,
Anakin lost the
Kylo Ren's
ribs, and
dead. You don't
this
see
is
Kylo
pretty-
Ren get off with Starkiller.
No,
you hear
no.
what happened. You like
Yeah.
you
Snow
hear the
goes
order
against
given.
They're,
But you
they're
like
fine. They're
my
fine.
point is like you don't see it, and Anakin had 3 limbs cut off and was about inches away from
There was
burning
also-
lava.
there
And
was-
he's like,
Cauterized, so there's no blood.
There was-
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
That's-
Well, why wouldn't the
Why would the wound not be
why wouldn't
cauterized?
The lightsaber do the same thing.
Well, I mean, it didn't
It's
have
the midsection,
to.
people.
If he fell and then
It's
it
the stomach.
exploded, there is no
Not the heart,
body.
it's the stomach.
He
You
probably
can live
doesn't have
without
a
that.
lung anymore.
Okay, all right, scientists.
I'm not
This
willing.
is a Mystery Science Theater.
I'm not willing to admit
So,
that my
How do you-
favorite character
How do you know
is
that
dead.
show? That's awesome.
Jeff, I know everything.
Okay.
Obviously.
He's sitting in that chair for a reason,
No.
I
Jeff.
didn't know there was another Mystery Science Theater fan here.
I'm not.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
Sorry, buddy. Well, have you ever seen genuine disappointment like that before?
Yeah, wow.
Maybe we're looking too much into it, but she did say that this week.
Yeah, Han Solo's dead.
She did say that, Pete.
Right, but that's not. She's best friends with George Lucas. That's because she's in charge of the studio now.
Oh, they're
there's
best
the volley.
friends.
And
Alright.
will it be
Okay,
returned?
anyway. I brought up earlier J.J. Abrams has kind of talked a little bit about this. he revealed earlier in the weekend that Poe Dameron wasn't supposed to make it out of that first sequence. Oscar Isaac convinced him. Oscar Isaac didn't want to do the movie unless Poe Dameron was going to be a main character and a comeback character, which is why he was one of the first 2 people confirmed for Episode VIII. So can you imagine that movie without Poe? You could, but now that I've seen it, I wouldn't like it as much. I love Poe Dameron now.
It would lose a very good presence
He's-
without him.
He's one of the leads now.
Yep.
They've established him as such. So he basically went to JJ. JJ's like, yeah, you die basically in the first 10 minutes. And he goes, so I hand it off basically to Finn and whoever else. And he goes, yeah. He goes, I don't know if I want to make just a cameo in Star Wars. Sat on it for a week. Said, JJ called him a week later, said, dude, you're good. You're going to be in the whole movie. Do you want this or not? Got Oscar Isaac. Kind of interesting to think about it without Poe.
When I thought he was dead after the first sequence, I thought,
Oh,
wow.
no.
It
No, I
was
didn't.
possible.
I thought he was dead.
When it was possible that he was dead,
All the things from the trailer that show him in the X-Wing.
it
Go on.
felt like, wow, what a waste of such a good character. You're just going to end him right there.
Speaking of waste, I thought Max von Sydow, who's the old
Yeah.
guy in the beginning,
Yeah.
I thought there was no way he was going to die in the first few minutes because they were like, we got Max, this legendary actor,
Acclaimed
been
actor.
around forever, and I don't know. I kind of was hoping for more from him. Maybe almost like a
Me
collaborator.
too, but again, these kind of epics, man, they're tough.
Run out of room
They're-
quick, right?
Well, they're tough on people filming them, long days and stuff like that. And he's like 420 years old already. Seriously, he's an old guy. He did a great job in the scene that he did.
I love that he refers to Princess Leia or General Leia. He says, "I think of her as royalty."
Mm-hmm.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean his character was great and his dialogue was great and he executed fantastically. But at the end of the day, filming these kind of movies is tough stuff, and not for. I mean, this is why, jumping to another thing. This is why Daniel Craig said, "I don't want to do Bond again," because it's just physically demanding stuff to film
He's
these
beat
epics.
to heck.
He's
Right.
exhausted. from
Right,
Bond.
and even just an old guy, there was no big battle scenes, there was none of that kind of stuff that he actually participated in, but it's still long days,
He's in Star Wars.
You can almost see in that scene.
Well, I was
like-
talking about Max von Sydow at that point. He
Both
was
of
just he was just done.
You're right.
Like let's use this really great character who wants to be in this franchise and get him in and get him out.
You can see in when things start going bad and the stormtroopers start unloading, you can almost see on his face like, I've seen this before. I know this can't happen again. Like he has that look on his face like, not again.
Backstory on him is he's there's like a church of Jedi essentially. Like they're not force sensitive, but him and those villagers were in essence Jedi worshippers. Kind of weird. Look it up. It's definitely part of it.
He's also a famous explorer, isn't he? In the Star Wars universe?
Max's character.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I was doing a little reading myself, and he's supposed to be some kind of a famous explorer of the galaxy,
Okay.
along with like a Jedi worshiper, collaborators. They
Kind of
use
like the
some
Church of the
adjective.
Jedi or Church of the Force or something.
Yeah, something along those lines.
That was kind of interesting.
There was another. Any of you guys watch Heroes? First or second season?
Mhm.
Guy that plays Matt Parkman. He
Mhm.
was the cop, and now he's kind of the bad guy in this Heroes Reborn thing.
Yeah, he was one of the X-wing.
He was one of the X-wing guys.
Oh, I know who you mean.
Was he
Yeah,
an
that's
X-wing
cool.
guy or was he in the
No, he was
control
one-
room?
One of the
he was-
pilots.
He was one of the X-wing pilots. Yeah, he had a
With-
beard
with
and
Nien
stuff.
Num.
Hmm?
Nien Num.
Yes,
or whatever
Nien
his
Num.
name is.
That's
I'm
the
so
old-
glad he was back.
That might be the digital character you're talking about. Earlier, you said they could CGI or bring a character back without having that physical
The guy
actor.
that looked like he had
No. It was one of the guys
Bad
that were
explanation.
control room guys
Okay.
from the
'Cause this guy was digital
Star
and he wasn't
Destroyers
in
from the
Jedi.
first
Right.
from the first time around.
Okay.
One of the older
I might know who you think, but we'll
Yeah.
have to unpack that one later. So, one thought here, as we're wrapping things up: blood for the first time in Star Wars. You notice it right away.
Yeah.
There's never been blood in any of the 6 films.
Are you sure? Isn't there blood on the
Well-
limb of the guy that
gets his arm cut off?
yeah, Obi-Wan
that's
cuts
right.
off in the cantina?
I stand corrected.
That's
You are correct.
You don't
You're correct.
see
This has never happened. I've never corrected you on Star Wars.
Like,
Is
where
there
his
another
arm
instance
was.
other than that? I
don't
can't think of
so.
one.
I don't think so.
Even
Anything
when
with
Luke
the
loses
only
his
thing I
hand.
can think of is the Sand Raiders and where in Episode 2 where Anakin goes and gets his mother. Isn't there something there where she's kind
You know
of
what?
I
red or
think she's
something?
got scrapes. I don't know if she
She's-
has like blood. Though.
There's some deep, like, new scars, so
Yeah.
that's kind of it, but nothing like where it was
Well,
like
it's-
gushy, right? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
That was kind of
And
interesting.
even this isn't gore.
No.
No.
No, this is not bad.
That's I'm so happy for that.
Right.
I love the way
You know,
they keep
I'm
things clean with
right,
Star Wars.
I'm
Me
so
too.
happy for that. I'm so kind of, we've talked about it in episodes. I've written about it. Just the forced grit of the Hollywood now is just like, ugh. And I'm glad that they don't go that way. I mean, there's a darkness in certain spots here, but it's not that.
It's
not.
thematic. It's
not.
thematic.
We're not
It's
watching Game of Thrones. We're not watching
I mean,
Goblin.
like-
We're not- exactly.
The Walking
Sam.
Dead.
Getting like back to what you were saying, seeing the blood, it like happened in like the first 5 minutes, and it was so just like you're like whoa, because he's wearing all white, and like the contrast when the guy just touches him and he does that, and you're like, and like he's
like
bleeding.
marks him.
Yeah, he marks him, and
Right, but
then
don't
you
you think
can't believe it.
they had to do that?
Oh yeah, to show that
Because-
Finn was different.
Well,
yeah.
right. So
But
that
it's
you
also
could,
scarring
so that
to
you,
Finn.
well,
Yeah.
so that you
It
could pick
breaks
him
him.
out of the crowd, because
Exactly.
everybody's dressed the same.
Yeah.
So it needed to have something to differentiate him from everybody else.
Did
so.
you guys know that was Finn before he did it? Did you get that sense?
I
did.
Oh,
as
yeah.
soon as he did it, I knew it was Finn.
I did before that. Because the camera
You
kind of
could
singles
see.
him out a little bit.
A lot.
The
He
way
was
he
the
looks
only
around, there's a different focus.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
I knew that was
Almost.
He was
yeah.
the only one
He's not a very
shooting.
good stormtrooper at all. Like the way he moves, it's just a very like you can tell like when you're like, yeah, I knew it was him in the first like 30 seconds because he's like
Also,
like
he-
he's like very fluid. He's not very rigid like
He
how they
hits
usually
his
are.
target
Yeah.
quite a lot for a Star Wars.
That was awesome though.
So Kylo
Just
Ren,
saying.
I love that Kylo Ren immediately knows which one was the rogue stormtrooper.
Right.
He's like,
Yeah.
what was that? It was him.
Like,
He knows immediately.
Right.
Kind of how you get the
Yeah.
sense that you know him on
Well,
screen.
and he
At least
even
the
when he's
stormtroopers-
walking by, he turns and looks at him.
True,
Yeah.
but
he knows that he
remembers
didn't fire.
number.
Right, but see
remember that number?
again, this goes back to my feeling that maybe he is Jedi as well. Maybe he has some Force sensitivity as well, because Kylo Ren walks by and he immediately turns his head towards him and he picks up on him.
Abrams said we will find out Finn's origin at some point.
Can't wait.
It's relevant.
Can't wait.
So,
He was a test tube stormtrooper.
basically.
Right.
You guys also notice the stormtroopers also, there's a lot of them that seem to be a little bit bigger. Like in A New Hope and all that, they're all like the same exact
Like the
build. And this
Rockettes.
one, some of them are kind of big. Like Finn John Boyega's a big guy, not a fat guy. I'm saying
but
like
that
a
goes
big
along
guy.
with like they're taking real
Right.
people.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
yeah.
I like
no
that.
longer a clone. It's a real person.
They might be in
there.
trouble because they are not 100% just loyal by default. You know,
Yeah,
they
it's,
have to
it's that
wanna be.
mind control
Yeah.
stuff that's going on.
It's
there.
interesting. So, in closing, outside of maybe Rey not knowing her true origins, and we'll try to keep it quick and go down the line. If you've got a thought, what is one thing that from this movie you didn't get an answer to that you wanted an answer to? It's coming in episode 8. I can wait. There was nothing here, honestly, that was over the edge for me. I was fine with waiting till Luke at the end. I'm fine with waiting to know Rey's origin, even though I was dying to know it. I got Adam Driver. I got Ben and Kylo Ren there. I was good. Anyone ever thought that there was something that you're like, something was missing that you wanted to know?
I just want to know Luke's mindset. I want to know like the way he looks at the universe now. I want to know the way his take on how everything's gone wrong for him, and if he can rebound from it. I want to know what he's thinking.
Give your thoughts, Sam.
It's like we said, the only thing I want to know is what her origin is so badly, and I want to see her become a Jedi. Like, I cannot wait.
Can't wait.
Yes.
Summer 2017, baby. Andrew.
I want to learn what Luke has been doing since he's been supposedly at this temple that he found. When he's been in his exile, what has he been doing?
Adam.
All of those are things that I want to know, but honestly, the one question that I have, and it kind of just arose from us talking, Captain Phasma. Like, now that we've talked about the fact that the stormtroopers are real people, that they're mind controlling them kind of, how does she fit into it? Because she's dressed like one, her armor's different, but she's still got the normal look of one, but she knows that there's a little bit of mind control going on. Like, she's one of them, but she's kind of on the outside. It's like they kind of like, you know what, you're good. We're gonna unmind control you, and you're just gonna become
Hey, here,
And
take this.
indoctrinated.
Take this silver armor.
Yeah,
too.
take the special stuff
this
too.
shot.
Mass Effect all over again, Andrew.
Yeah.
Like that's the one thing. Like she was just she was kind of like teased.
So you want to know more about Phasma?
I want to know more. I want to know, where does the silver armor come from?
Jamie.
I'm excited to learn about C-3PO, if they touch on that. I mean, he was cut off when he was like, oh, I'm sure you want to know about my red arm, and they just didn't go into it.
There's a comic book that explains
Yes.
that.
Yes, I've heard that.
Which
just
Jeff and I
hope
are taking a
hope
trip
they touch
this
on
week.
that, though.
Yes, let's do that.
Look for our review. Pete.
I'm dying to know Kylo Ren's or Ben's inspiration for turning to the dark side.
I'm right with you there.
Because he's a kid, right? So something in my mind, something traumatic happened. That how did he get introduced to Grandpa Melted Pot, or whatever? You know what I mean? Like something.
Do you think Luke will
something
be able
happened.
to talk about it? Like if
It's
Ray
gonna-
asks, do you think Luke will
No.
open up
No,
and talk
I-
about it?
Not yet.
I think he's
Not
gonna
right away.
need some prying. Not just
Right.
he's gonna need convincing to get back into the game, and secondly to talk about it
I
because it's
feel
traumatic.
like it's going to be like the Anakin and Yoda
too.
conversation that goes on, where like Anakin's having these premonitions, and Yoda's kind of like, let's not, like, you're not ready for that yet, type of thing.
That's cool, but over here,
Yeah,
so,
like misdirection. Let's go this way.
Pete and I are on the same page. I want to know what Kylo or what Ben and Luke's relationship was like. I want to know what happened, what
Truthfully,
split it.
I think Kylo Ren came up in one of us as far as a standalone anthology film. Maybe that's how they attack that.
I think so,
Maybe
too.
they don't do it in 8 or 9. They do it in a standalone film because, again, Adam Driver's young, Daisy Ridley's
Yep.
young, John Boyega's, they're all young. They could do 6, 8, 9 movies.
So there's that. I want to know how Maz Kanata got the Skywalker lightsaber, how it came to her.
Oh yeah.
And probably the most pressing question that no one's talked about in any of these episodes: where's Lando Calrissian?
He brought up something as we were leaving the theater that said,
I'm half kidding, by the way.
well, yeah, but he made a
no
point of
idea.
saying something about
He had
it.
no idea.
Right. This is true. This was my
He
first,
said, like,
almost
what-
my first thought when we walked out of that theater.
Now that, I might misquote you, but now that Han is dead, I bet we don't see Lando. That was the first things that came out of his
Lando's
mouth.
connection to StarArs universe is Han Solo.
Like, he doesn't, you
And now
don't,
that-
you never would have
Now
met
that
Lando without Han.
If in
If he
fact
shows
Han
up at the
is
funeral.
dead, if we
there's a funeral.
see him again, we see him. I think probably like standing next to Little Blue Ben and Little Blue Yoda. I think Han is dead. I think Harrison Ford didn't want to be in it. So I don't think Lando Calrissian comes back. I think Billy
D. Williams.
Billy D.
He's
Williams.
selling Colt
He's old.
45.
He's old. He's perfectly comfortable now doing episodes of NCIS, and I'm not at all sure we see him ever again now that Han's dead.
I think we get a cameo. That's my.
That's it. Like, I think that's it. Like, there's not going to be a Leia whole movie thing going on here.
Probably not, but we'll see. You never know. Maybe episode 8 is all about Lando's story. Doubt it. Jeff said it, not me.
The Lando.
Put him in a
What
red
is-
and white striped shirt. Where's Lando?
The Lando
Ah,
Chronicles.
funny.
All right. That being said, we want to hear your comments. What are you looking forward to in episode 8? Was something not answered for episode 7? My goodness, we could talk all day about it, and we pretty much did. So watch parts 1 and 2 to this, and please do not share it if someone has not seen the film. Visit us on our social media links. Adam's going to post them all over here. They'll be all over. And we'd appreciate it if you subscribe to our YouTube channel and subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. Thank you very much for watching. May the Force be with you.